Hey, what's going on, guys? So last week I released a video. It was a 300,000 subscriber special where I kind of went over my backstory, which, I had a lot of negative stuff in my past, and I almost didn't put that video out for fear of judgment, but the response was just overwhelmingly positive and just an endless stream of encouraging comments and praise and things that I feel I'm not even worthy of. So I really thank you guys for that. Now, one comment I kept seeing coming up was to show you guys my setup in my studio, because obviously you can see the stuff in the background. And that's what I want to do. And I want to do it now because I'm actually moving within a week or two. We're going to start to move out within a week or two, so I'm not going to be here much longer. And I wanted to do one final tour before we move out. And when we get the new place, I'll do another one as well. I did do a tour about a little over a year ago, but a lot has changed since then. So I wanted to kind of update you guys on what I'm using and stuff like that. And there's a couple reasons I do these videos. One is because I love setups. I love tech, just like I love programming. I love just hardware and technology, gadgets, PCs. I'm a PC builder. So I love putting that stuff out, and I love watching it as well. Another reason is because I know a lot of you guys, watch my videos every day, so you might be curious about where I make those videos and the hardware I use, stuff like that, the microphone, the computers, the monitors, things like that. So don't take the video as, haha, look what I have. I don't want to come off that way. That's definitely not who I am. I'm very humble. I didn't grow up with money, so I know what it's like to not have anything. And I know that if you just have, a little cheap laptop and you're watching this, you might be like, fuck this guy. But don't do that. Just know that you can get there, because I was in that same place. I had, a junky old laptop to start with as well, and I just kept pushing and following my passion, and I got to where I want to be, and I'm still growing. So don't take it as that, please. That's my worst fear about making these types of videos. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. I'm not going to go through every single thing. I don't want this to be too long. Hopefully it's not, but hopefully you guys enjoy it, and let's take a look. Alright guys, so we're just going to kind of start at the beginning of the basement here, the studio, and just go around. So this is where the stairs are, and I come down, and we have the Traversy Media picture here, or poster, with just some totes with wires and just LED strips, adapters, things like that, things for the setup. Also some PC building stuff like fans and fan controllers, things like that. Nothing too interesting. And over here we have my YouTube 100,000 subscriber play button, which I actually just got because I didn't realize you had to fill out a form and apply for it. I thought they just sent it to you, so I just recently got that. And I consider that a big accomplishment. Hopefully someday we can get the 1,000,000 subscriber one and replace that Fenway Park picture there with it, even though it won't be in this house because we're moving. Then we just have a basic tripod. I was just using that to record the intro. Some wooden knickknacks here. These are my dad's. He passed away about 2 years ago, so I have some of his stuff just laying around. He used to collect that type of stuff. We just got some cubes here with some business documents and, pens and staplers and stuff like that. So over here you can see I have acoustic foam all over the place to kind of drown out the echo. Although I'm not sure how much it actually helps, but I do like how it looks. Over here we have some shelves with some of the boxes of the hardware that's in my main computer, my main rig, and I'll go over that in a second when we take a look at it. A little security camera there as well. Alright, so down here we have the Epson workstation or workforce wireless printer. We have the Xfinity router, the CyberPower UPS. I would highly recommend using a UPS. I have my router plugged into it, as well as my main machine and one monitor, I believe. So that way if the power goes out, I still have internet, I still have my machine, and it'll stay on for about an hour. And then down there you can see that white box is my Synology NAS. It's a two bay disk station. It has two 4 terabyte drives in it, hooked up in RAID 1, and that's where I put all my YouTube videos, all my course videos, everything I record is on that NAS right there, which I'm going to have to upgrade soon to probably a 4-bay. And then next to it, you probably can't see, but that's a Western Digital external drive, and that has like family photos and videos and stuff like that. All right, so over here we have just some crates with random stuff in it, some gadgets, some PC building stuff, LED strips, adapters, things like that. I'm not going to go through it all, but just little stuff like that. All right, so now on to the main setup. So I'm just going to kind of back up a little here so you can see it. This is my main workstation. I'll start with the desk, which is an uplift desk. It's a mechanical stand-sit desk. So, you know, if I get tired of sitting and I want to stretch my legs, I can just go ahead and put it up and stand up and work, which I love. Uplift, they're kind of expensive. There's other companies that aren't as expensive that have the same type of desks. And I like the black top, but you can get a, you know, a dark wood top or a light wood. There's all types of stuff to choose from. All right, so the monitors that I'm using are 27-inch 4K LG monitors. I'll have the model in the description with a link. I'll try to put links to most of the stuff in the description. But if you watched my setup tour last year, you saw that I had 6 monitors. Okay, I actually had 6 monitors, which now I can admit was overkill. I didn't really need that. I decided to trade the 6 1080p monitors for 3 4K monitors, which is actually twice as expensive. And I just love these monitors. I don't know if you can tell through the quality of the iPhone recording, but the quality of the image on these monitors is just amazing. But I don't know if you can tell that. And I love these monitors. And they're on a quad, Vivo quad stand, which I could add another one on top if I wanted to. It does hold 4. There's an extension to the stand, but I think 3 is fine. Should be fine. It's more than enough, actually. And then let's take a look at some of the peripherals. I'm just going to sit down here for a sec. So for my microphone, let me remove this pop filter here. Actually, put it this way. So I'm using the Audio-Technica 2020 microphone. It's a USB mic. It's awesome. I love it. It's very clear. I used to use the Blue Yeti, which I still have over there, and I'll show you that too. But I would highly recommend this mic. It's under $200, so it's not like a really expensive one, and it sounds good. And you know, people seem to like the quality of my videos, so I would recommend this mic. All right, let's put that back up. So for headphones, I'm using the Corsair Void. These aren't the wireless. There are wireless ones, but these are the wired version. And you can see they're hooked up with RGB, as well as all my peripherals. All my peripherals are Corsair. They're all RGB. You can control the lighting with the software. You can link them all together so that they all do the same effect and the same colors. And you'll see that the headphones are on the Corsair ST100 headphone stand. And it's got the little RGB at the bottom as well. So those are my headphones. Let's see, back there we have a Sony Handycam, and I got that to kind of do, I was planning on doing like unboxings and stuff, but the quality of that camera isn't great. I should have got the 4K one, and I also just haven't gotten around to doing those types of videos. All right, so let's see, for my keyboard, I'm using a Corsair K70 RGB mechanical keyboard. And this keyboard has Cherry MX red switches, and you can see it's very, very loud. I love mechanical keyboards, but unfortunately they're too loud for doing videos with. So what I usually do when I do a video is I'll use the Apple Magic keyboard that I have over there. So I'll kind of just push this back and use the Bluetooth Magic keyboard. All right, so for audio, it's nothing special. These are cyber acoustic speakers, and then we have the subwoofer down there, and it has a nice little controller where you can control the volume. You can plug your headphones in and stuff like that. The keyboard also has volume control, as you can see. For my mouse, I'm using the Corsair Harpoon, which isn't one of the really expensive ones. It's very simple. It's not like a a hardcore gaming mouse or anything like that. I don't need that. This is fine. And then it's on a Corsair RGB mouse pad. I don't know the model of this, but I'll put it in the description, which I think looks cool. And of course, you can link it up to everything else. And then I also have a Stream Deck, an Elgato Stream Deck. And although I don't live stream yet, I plan to at one point. And also, even if you don't live stream and use like the Twitch functionality, you can assign like programs and websites, stuff like that. You can see I have VS Code on there, Chrome, Git, Photoshop, websites like Udemy and YouTube, my own website. I also have my record and stop buttons for my video software, calendar, stuff like that. And I just think it looks really cool. All right, so back there we have the electric LED clock. And this you can actually install apps on. I have the YouTube app installed, which shows my subscriber number, and it's in real time. So if someone subscribes or unsubscribes, it'll go ahead and change. You can also do, of course, a clock, weather, radio. There's a pretty nice speaker in it. Other stuff as well, but there's other apps you can install, like for instance, if you wanted your bank account balance to show or something like that, you could do all types of stuff with it. It's pretty expensive. It's around $200, but there's a lot that it can do. All right, and we also have LED strips on the back of the monitors, so you can kind of see the colors there that kind of match the rest of the setup here. All right, so I think that's it for the top of the desk. I have some coasters, but yeah, that's it for the top. I like to keep it nice and clean. Down here, let's take a look at the PC. So this PC I built about 3 months ago, so it's fairly new, and it has an Intel i9 processor in it. It's on an Asus ROG Strix motherboard. It has two GTX 1070s EVGA for the win graphics cards hooked up in SLI, as you can see. We have 32 gigs of GSkill Trident RGB RAM. We have an 860 watt EVGA power supply, two 500 gigabyte SSDs, Samsung SSDs, a Corsair H100i water cooler, three RGB Corsair fans, and everything in here, all the lights I can control through software as well. So if I wanted it to be all red or all blue or something like that, I could do that. But I kind of like having all the different colors as well as my peripherals. So you can see my peripherals match the computer pretty much exact. And then the case is a Phanteks Evolve. I'm sure if you guys know anything about PC building, you guys know this case. It's very popular. I actually did a poll on Twitter, Twitter and Instagram between this and the Corsair 780T, and this won big time. You guys liked this one, even though it's smaller. It's just much more sleek. It has tempered glass. It's all steel. The front is very plain, but that's fine because I think it looks just kind of slick and minimalist on the front, but the side you can see is just beautiful. So yeah, that's my PC, and yeah, that's not really all I can say about that. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at the chair I'm using. So this is a DX Racer. I don't know the model number. I'll put it in the description. It's really comfortable. I love these types of chairs. I love how they look. They're kind of expensive. This one was about $350, but it has the the lumbar support, the headrest, so it's really comfortable. And I want to show you something. This chair here, let me just put these two together. You can see it's pretty much identical, even the bottom, the feet, but it's not a DX Racer, it's a GTR racing chair. So this chair is actually $250 cheaper than the DX Racer, even though they look just about the exact same. But I will say the DX Racer is much more comfortable, so you do get that. But it's just funny that, you know, two things, they look the same, but one has a better brand name, so it's a lot more. But again, the DX Racer is more comfortable. But this is for the second workstation, which I'll show you in a minute, which I don't sit at that much, so the comfort isn't that important to me. All right, so let's take a look at the uplift desk in motion. So if I'm tired of sitting, I'll just go over here to the panel, and I have different presets. 2 is my standing preset, so you'll see it'll just start going up. Let me move back. And you'll see it just rises to a level that I'm comfortable at standing. And then for cable management, you can see everything is sleeved. I have everything going, you know, I don't know if you can see it, but it's going behind that pole. There's no wires hanging down here from the monitor. It's all going, I can show you this. It's all going like through the poles and stuff, and you can see the LEDs here. But yeah, so that's the standing orientation. Just going to put it back down. But yeah, I would highly recommend a stand-sit desk. It doesn't have to be uplift. There's other ones as well, but they're great. All right, so that's it for my main area. That's where I do most of my work. So let's move on to the second workstation. So I'm just going to sit down here. And we have a MacBook Pro 13-inch. This is the newest one, the 2017. I kind of wish I got the 15-inch because the screen is just really small. You know, when you're used to using that, this is just very small. And I use this when I work remotely, if I'm at a hotel, or if I want to work like outside or at a Starbucks or something like that. If I want to be a hipster, I have my Mac. A lot of you guys think that I don't like Macs, but I actually do. I just really like, you know, building PCs. I love the whole PC culture, even though Windows isn't, you know, to a lot of people, Windows isn't the best for development and programming. But, you know, it does the trick. It's fine for me. But I do use the Mac, and I also love Linux. I use Linux as well. But I use Windows a lot in my videos because of beginners and stuff like that. But I have this hooked up to a 27-inch curved Samsung monitor. It's not a 4K, it's just 1080p. But if I want to use this down here, I'll just use the bigger screen because, you know, that's just 13 inches is too small. But it is a great laptop. It's very fast. It has an i7. It has the 500 gig SSD. I do have an iMac as well, and I went the cheap route and got the i5 with the non-SSD, and it's just horribly slow and just unusable, really. But down here you can see I have another PC that I built probably about 5 years ago, and it has it uses the Corsair 600T case. It has 2 GTX 770s. It's an i7 processor, Asus Maximus motherboard. There's 16 gigs of RAM, I believe, and the keyboard is a Razer Chroma, so you can see that has the RGB as well, but I have it just set to blue. This is kind of the blue station. There's blue LEDs behind the monitor. We have a Google Home right there as well. Now, if I want to use the PC, I can just simply change the input. So that should just put the, yeah, so there's the PC right there. All right, so it's very easy to switch from the Mac to the PC with this monitor. Okay, and then here we have the Blue Yeti microphone. Again, it is a really good microphone, especially for people just starting out on YouTube. Very cheap. I think you can get it for under $100 now. I got it when it was like $199. But I do like the Audio-Technica much better. But this is still a good mic. All right, and I'm just using the standard Apple mouse, and I get the smaller Magic keyboard here as well if I want to use that with the MacBook. All right, so that's that. You guys see that picture, that poster? Eat, sleep, code, repeat. Used to be a Call of Duty poster there, but I don't really game anymore. I don't have the time, so I do a little bit in the morning on consoles, but that's about it. All right, so the third station here is the red station. It's all red LEDs. You can see the lights back there. These two monitors are two 27-inch 1080p's. These are two of the 6 that I used to use, and I don't know if you can tell the difference with this iPhone recording, but the color is just so much better, or the picture is just so much better on the 4Ks. Above that, I have this picture that I just got. I had some shelves there before, but I replaced those. And I don't know, I think the picture looks kind of cool. Or maybe it's kind of gay, I don't know. And then down here for peripherals, we have a Corsair Strafe. This is also a Cherry MX red switches. And this is not RGB, it's just red. You can't change the color. I didn't know that when I bought it. Should have read the box, but it was fine because my whole setup was red at that time. And then we have the SteelSeries Rival mouse, the Dragonfight's mouse pad, which is just a huge mouse pad. I really like that. An older Dell Inspiron laptop. I got that years and years ago. It's very slow. I think it has a Pentium in it. And then for the chair, this is like a no-name brand chair, but I think it looks really cool. I bought this before I could actually afford like a DX Racer. I think this was like $80 or something on Amazon. But I think it looks pretty nice, matches the rest of this area. Little pop figure as well. And then for the PC, this is what I used before my new one. This is a Corsair 760T case, and it has an Intel i7 7600K, 2 GTX 970s, 32 gigs of GSkill RAM, a Corsair 860 watt power supply, 1 SSD with 2 regular hard drives. So this is a pretty beefy machine as well. Yeah, I really like this machine. It has a nice door you can just open up and kind of go in and take a look here. So it's all red. Just close that up. And this is really the machine that my family uses the most. My daughter and stuff, she'll do her homework on this. So over here we have the server. This is kind of my home server / experimental web server. I have Plex on here to stream media. I also have Apache and some other stuff installed, and it has I can take this off, and it has about 6 hard drives in there. I think it's like 8 terabytes of storage, and that's running Linux Ubuntu as well. So it's headless. I just log in through SSH, and of course I just stream to other TVs in my house for Plex and stuff like that. Alright, so that's it for the computers that I use. Over here we have the console gaming area. So this TV I just picked up. It's a 43-inch 4K Samsung TV. I'll come down here in the morning and play a little Call of Duty, but that's about it as far as my gaming these days. But you can see I have a PS4, Xbox One S, Xbox 360. I got a Wii down there, and an RCA stereo receiver. Got the subwoofer there. You can see the speakers behind the TV, and then just a bunch of controllers as well. So a little gaming setup, console setup. Alright, so over here we have stuff that I'm not really using. And by the way, I'm going to be doing a giveaway, especially because I'm moving. There's a lot of stuff that I don't use that I think people could put to use, such as my old monitors. You can see them there, such as the Corsair case that I bought that I didn't use. Stuff like that I plan on giving away. I'm at a place where I'm very grateful, so I'm not even going to bother selling it. I'm going to do a giveaway on Twitter and Instagram. So if you're interested, go ahead and follow me on those platforms. And please don't email me and ask for stuff. I'm not going to respond to any of those types of emails. If you're interested, just go ahead and follow me on Twitter and Instagram. So this is the 6 monitor stand that I used to use. Maybe I'll put that in a giveaway. I don't know how many people actually want to use or could use 6 monitors, but I don't know, I might think about it. And then we get some, what are those, 24 or I think they're 22-inch HP monitors. And then just some gaming stuff, some PC building screws and stuff like that. This fireplace we don't use because we tried to use it once and it smoked up the whole house, and I think it needs to be cleaned. But yeah, that wood has been sitting there for 5 years. And then up here you can see I have a little collection of pop figures. I'm not crazy about them, but I don't know, if my wife goes to Target, I'll have her pick up a couple. Just something to collect, I guess. And then you can see a picture of my family. This was a long time ago. My kids are a lot older now. My daughter's 11 and my son's 8. Same thing over here. We get an older picture of them when they were babies. And over here we have just some kids' toys for my son. Nothing you guys are really interested in. I've got a pretty nice view of the lake, if you can see that. It's really sunny out. And then over here we just have, that's the 780T that I'm going to be doing a giveaway for. We have a futon with some Traversy Media pillows and just some boxes with some programming books, Python, React, Node.js, RESTful Web APIs. I've read most of those books, and a lot of them are outdated. And then over here we have the music area. So I used to DJ, I used to have Techniques 1200 turntables back when I was younger, when I was, 17, 18. And I really love DJing. I love hip-hop, I love house music. And I decided to get a DJ controller. So this is the Pioneer DDJ RX, and I really like it. It's awesome. It has a lot of different effects and stuff like that. I have it hooked up to an HP Envy laptop. This is an i7. This is a pretty decent laptop. You can see it's running Rekordbox, which is the software I use. It loads your music, counts your beats per minute, adds effects, does all types of stuff. I'm not sure what these speakers are, I forget, but they're pretty nice speakers. They have a lot of power for small speakers, and I'll give you a little sample right here, so I'll go ahead and maybe someday I'll do a tutorial on this stuff. But basically, let me start it over. So we have like effects we can do. Change the mids and the lows and the highs, do effects like, so pretty cool. I really enjoy this stuff. I come down here every night and spin, and my son comes down with me and he dances. He loves dancing to the house music and stuff. But yeah, that's the music station. I have a pair of Blue Audio headphones that I use with it. Down there we got some other cheaper headphones and just some boxes. I really love I keep all my boxes. You can see my keyboard and mouse boxes, my video cards, power supplies. Over here we have that iMac that I was talking about. It's an i5. It's really slow. We'll probably put it like in the living room or something at the new house. And then I have another custom built PC that doesn't have, it's not that great. I might do a giveaway for that as well. Also have some studio lights here. So some Lime Studio lights. These are really cheap. These are like 70 bucks with a green screen that I don't have up anymore. And then finally I have this shelf here with a drone that I flew once and crashed into my neighbor's house. We have a diffuser here. My wife's into like the oils and the essential oils and stuff. It's also RGB. Anything RGB I love. So down here we have some more boxes. So you can see my microphone boxes, my iPhone boxes, MacBook Pro, some more keyboards. There's also like, I have some fans and stuff, PC building stuff, switch that I've been meaning to hook up, and that's about it. A RAID card. So yeah, a Corsair bag with some power supply stuff in it. But that's really it, guys. So we've done a full circle here. And yeah, so hopefully you enjoyed this, and you got to see where I work, where the magic happens. Unfortunately, it's light outside, so I would show you what the LEDs or what the RGB looks like. Maybe we can still try, because it looks really cool in the dark. There's a lot of light switches down here. Let me shut this one off and close the curtains. It's really bright outside. And so that's what it looks like in the dark. It's not it's not pitch dark in here, but it's all right. I mean, I like the RGB. Some people might think it's stupid or it's overkill or whatever, but I like it. I can control. Unfortunately, they're all controlled by the same one. So like if I want to change this one over here, it might change others as well. Like, let's see. I don't even know where the thing is, but yeah, see that one is now blinking over there. So you can kind of do effects and stuff. And then it will also work for this one. So, I don't know. It's alright. Put that back to blue. Alright guys, so thanks for watching. That's going to be it for this video. I know it was kind of long. And that's it. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.